Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sports and Nerdy channel. Now, today's a very special show. Yesterday, we had the review with the guys, with Patrick, with Guy, with Anton, who decided to turn up late. And today's show will be about the Arsenal potential bottle job at the weekend. I will be having a few Arsenal fans turn up. I'll be having a couple of the opposition fans turn up. And today's show will only be about the Arsenal Newcastle game. We're not going to talk about Chelsea. We're going to talk Tottenham, Liverpool, Manchester United. So if the problem will turn up, and if you guys know from the KG show, myself and a particular Arsenal fan have got a bet, and hopefully he'll turn up later on. But allow me the honour of introducing Mo Vomit from the KG show. Mo, are you there or not? Or are you just in the kitchen? Mo's here. He's just in the background. So, guys, everyone who's going to be watching in the future.
Sorry, I'm here.
That's how you doing, my friend?
I'm good. I've got you on hands free. I'm just on the M32.
That's fine. So I was saying in the intro, I was saying that today's game will only be Arsenal versus Newcastle. We're not mentioning anyone else.
How you feeling? How you feeling for the game?
Nervous because I know that there's a lot at stake for both teams, but you guys need to beat us. We could just get a draw against you and mess up the title charge.
Yeah, but
you guys need to win.
I'm holding what I'm thinking. I'm just asking you from a Newcastle point of view. You're hoping out for a draw.
Hold on 1 second, mate. I want to win. I don't want anything else but a win to this Saturday. I want to beat you guys because there's a particular Arsenal fan who allowed me to introduce you the honour of, and now I'm outnumbered here. You know, I'm now outnumbered. It's now 2 versus 1. It's like a handicap match. We've now got King.
Yo.
It's you and Mo. It's basically a handicap match. You and Mo versus me.
That's how you feel when you face us.
And I've got a tag team partner in the background if I need him, or when I need him.
Where's young Bakayo? Let's make it 3.
He's asleep.
I want us to score 3 against you.
He's asleep, man. He's 20 past the night. Yeah. But Mo was asking me how am I feeling about the weekend game. I honestly believe that I want to beat you guys because the shit you guys are giving me this season, the shit you guys are giving me, Mo's giving me shit, Nick's giving me shit, you gave me shit, you gave me a lot of shit, and I want to beat you guys, and you guys have to win this weekend. You guys have to win.
Yeah, it's
there's nothing else about it, but you guys have to beat us.
Yeah,
you guys have to beat us convincingly, and you guys basically have to bat us by 4 goals. I don't see it happening.
No, we don't need to score.
Nah, I don't. That last point, I disagree with. I think we just need to win. Look, the objective is simple right now for Arsenal. Mm-hmm. They've got to win. They've got to win, and they can win ugly. They don't. The thing about this Man City game was if we get a draw, it can help us. This is much easier. You have to win.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you have the same quality as Man City, with all due respect.
No, we don't. I would never say we do. But the one thing we have is we've got a midfield that will literally bully your midfield. they'll basically tell your midfield to basically fuck off. Bruno Guimaraes is back. That's a big miss. That's a big game player for us. Tonali, if his agent's not telling him to ask for a transfer request and be an escort, the prick, should do a job. And I can see King laughing down there.
The only thing I'm nervous about more than anything is not having a clear 2 to 3-0 advantage, because 2-goal advantage, because I don't know, that Aston Villa game still haunts me, not closing off games, and then that very, very late dagger just really, really, really sets me back. And I don't know why. I feel like this is one of those kind of games. If we don't seal the game off, I reckon Newcastle have got Gordon. They've got players that can create something.
Gordon's not playing.
Gordon is not playing.
Is he not playing?
No, he's fallen out with the manager. So they are saying that he's injured, but really he wants to leave.
He's not injured. He just wants to leave.
He wants to leave, and Eddie Howe is tired of him. So that's a big miss for them. The thing with Newcastle is that I think if we score first, I think we'll win quite easily, because you're fragile now. Like they've lost so many games. They don't have confidence. They're not united. But if they score first, then they will grow in confidence and they will try and outbeat us physically and play, the dirty arts and dark arts and tackles and running. So I think it's one of them games. If we manage to score first, I can see us win 2 or 3, because I think the heads will fall in. Because even when you listen to Eddie Howe's press conference, when you watch Newcastle play, this isn't the Newcastle of last year or the years before that. They've been very poor this season. I think
we have. That's the thing. We have.
I think because Spurs have been worse, we haven't really focused so much on Newcastle, like the media and so. But they've been really poor this season, Newcastle. They're not even in the chances of getting into Europe. And when you look at the points tally, they're not even that high. So they have a lot of issues over there. And it seems like they should have probably moved on from Eddie Howe and bring in a fresh manager with new ideas. I think the style of play of Eddie Howe, you can do it for a few years, but I think after it takes so much on the players mentally.
It does.
Because it's all about, you have to run, you have to press, you have to defend. St. James Park's, that's their wheelhouse. So it's not easy. It's not easy at all.
I mean, the worst state, I think, I remember going to the Emirates last season for the semi-final. And we ran you like we were just like running. It's like we were like Forrest Gump on steroids.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
This season, he's literally he lost Isaac, and he's like, okay, we're not running anymore. Like, not gonna lie, Isaac and Anton's in the background now. He was a big miss.
Yeah.
But the fact that Ursula is playing instead of Walter Maida and Wissa, I think he starts on Saturday. I can honestly see Ursula starting in the attack. I think Ramsdale will come back in and hopefully he can do like a hunting job on you guys. I can see Trippier starting because Livermento's injured.
Oh.
Lewis Hall will be playing at left back.
Yeah.
And you'll be playing. Who's your right? I'll ask you who your right wing, who your starting 11 will be, and who your particular starting 11 will be. I can see Chow and Byrne in defence. Midfield 3 of Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali, and Ramsey.
Yeah.
And then our front 3 will probably be Barnes, Alangam, Asula. That's a pacey front 3, but yeah, I don't know. That's all I think of. Like,
yeah, he seems to not like Voltemade for some reason, and he's not really played Visa a lot. I don't know why.
No, he hasn't.
So it's a bit of a strange situation over there at Newcastle, and I think Livramento is a big miss for you guys. I think it's quality. Yeah. I'll take him at Arsenal. I think it's a quality right back.
You're not signing. We're not doing deals. Me and you're not doing deals. Remember, this is the
Come on. This is a family. We're a family now. Your son supports our team. You know, we take good care of each other.
You're king. Right. We and you will go on the attack against each other soon. What do you think Mikel Arteta? Sorry, Mikel. I don't know what I'm doing. He's going to do in this game. Like, what do you think his starting 11 will be? Just the same starting 11 against City, or will he make changes? Because I've read somewhere that Timber's available.
Yeah, I mean,
Starman's available potentially.
Saka won't start, even if he's here. He won't start because he's been out for a while. He might be on the bench. I think it will be the same starting 11 bar Timber. I think Timber starts. I think it will be the same midfield with Odegaard, Zubimendi, Rice, and then attack. I think will be Eze, Kai Havertz, and probably Madueke.
What, Madueke on the left or Madueke on the right?
On the right, yeah.
So that'd be Lewis Hall's left.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lewis was going to like he could just stand there and Madueke would do the job for him.
Yeah.
Like, but honestly, like, fuck me, everyone's fucking enjoying it.
Do you think this is Eddie's last season?
I think Eddie Howe's gone by the end of the season. I think he's gone. And I was flip-flopping a little bit on KG's show, but I think he's gone. I don't think he stays. I mean, I think he goes at the end of the season and we'll probably... I know who I want to bring in, but now I'll probably have like a...
You want Areola?
I wouldn't mind Areola. I wouldn't mind Glasner.
Yeah.
I want Mourinho. I've said before, I want Mourinho. Give me Jose Mourinho. Yeah,
I don't think you'll get Mourinho. Is Benitez available?
Well, Benitez.
We had Benitez.
He's not coming back.
It was good. You guys had Benitez under different ownership. The fans backed him, and he stayed with you guys, if I remember correctly, in Championship, and he brought you back up.
But Mourinho's already said in the press conference when we played Benfica that if the opportunity comes, he'll come manage Newcastle. Because we've had a connection with him ever since Bobby Robson.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. That's where they connect.
But Mourinho's not been in the Prem. I don't think he's been effective. Do you want to bring that style of football to Newcastle?
Yes and no. Yes, because I want to see.
You saw what he did what happened at Tottenham.
Yeah, but it's like he'll have when he was at Tottenham, he made the Son Kane connection world class. We saw what he did with those two.
They were world class before Chelsea.
They were world class with
Pochettino.
But you know what I mean. But you know what I mean. He tweaked it, and he literally was destroying teams with those two. Destroyed you boys on occasion with those.
They were doing that before Chelsea, to be fair.
I honestly think he'll have the financial backing from the owners.
Did he even finish 18 months? Did he even finish 18 months at Spurs?
No,
I think he did.
No,
I don't think he did. I don't think he did.
They sacked him before the League Cup final.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they didn't finish.
But you know what?
Yeah, they did.
But I'm saying this though, yeah. This Saturday,
would you not take Liam Rossignol? I think he would do a fantastic job.
He's available. He's a good coach.
Yeah,
and he respects the ball.
Melanated.
King. I have the power to do that now. Don't worry about that. I'm not having Liam Rossignol in my fucking club.
He respects the ball.
The thing is, if Eddie Howe leaves, I can honestly see the owners going from. I don't know why, but I just think Mourinho will come to Newcastle. I could just see the owners doing it. because
I think,
and also another name in the mix is also from what I got told by a Chelsea friend of mine was there's Mancini, the City former boss, and that's crazy.
But
Can I ask a question? With the new football, the not financial fair play, the squad
PSR.
whatever, no, the new one, squad something coefficient quad.
Yeah,
I don't know what
I
it's
know
called.
what you mean.
What does that mean for Newcastle?
Means we can invest.
Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing?
It's a good thing because the money that PSR, we were restricted from PSR, weren't we? We had to sell Isaac, had to sell Anderson, had to sell Minter, and we couldn't invest as much as we wanted to. We couldn't do a City and Chelsea.
That was it.
From what I've read and from my understanding of it, we can invest a lot more in the squad. And
I think it depends on where you finish in the league as well.
Finish in the league depends what you've done. Depends. I think it takes it into like a longer time period as well. That's what I read somewhere, but I could be wrong.
I wasn't thinking from that angle. I was thinking from if you overspend to sort of inject, you pay fines, right? You get to pay. You get to basically you can buy your way to success, but it costs more.
The thing is, everyone was saying that we're going to get a fine from UEFA. Or was it UEFA? What did it say? I think it was UEFA. And it's only like a £10 million fine. That's it. Like from what I saw, I think one of the guys on that chat put it on. But I'm honestly thinking Eddie Howe leaves. We'll bring in. We should bring in a next upgrade manager. Like Eddie Howe leaves. I want Mourinho. I want I'm not having Mourinho. I'm not having Almiron. I'm sorry you guys didn't say Almiron. I'm not having Ten Hag.
Those are excellent managers.
I'm not having Big Ange, high line for life, mate. I'm not having those type of managers. But I've got a question for you. Is Arteta does not win a trophy this season, and there's a lot on the line for this. Is it time for you guys to go get a new manager?
I mean, for me, it's more like I think he walks if he doesn't win anything.
Damn.
Yeah, because I think if he doesn't win this season, next season, he can't do anything and he's going to get questioned. Because if we are ahead, they're going to see, but you've been ahead before and you couldn't do it. If he's not ahead, they're going to be like, oh, but see, now you are going backwards. So I feel like the only way for him to stay in peace, he has to win a trophy this year, really. And if he doesn't, I think it would be a good time for him to move on, because I do think he's done a good job. And I think it would be a good time for Arsenal to bring someone fresh with new ideas who can bring a different brand of football. So I don't think it's too controversial to say that if he doesn't win a trophy this season, it's time to move on from Arteta. But I wouldn't. I wouldn't I'm not gonna do like an Arteta out rant. That's not really my style, though.
What about you, Mo? What do you think? Or is he just connecting?
He's connecting now, isn't he?
Tell you what I'm going to do is, if I go with you, King, I'm going to add one person who will be the referee in this fight between me and you. And it's someone we both know. All three of us know. He's a cocky little git. Turns up late to streams. He's club stole my star striker from last season. And I'm afraid to say he's literally a referee in this thing. So Anton,
you. When they said you stole the striker, you was you.
I was doing it. It's got Kuma, don't worry. I'm not even Kuma, like turn up half dressed, doing like cooking in the fucking kitchen.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Mo, do you think, and not Anton, do you think Arteta needs to leave? He doesn't win a trophy this season.
Are you asking Mo?
I'm asking Mo, and then I'll ask you. I'll ask you, Anton, about both clubs. Providing Mo, you there?
Can you hear us?
I think he might have gone for a bit.
I think he's out and about. I think his Wi-Fi playing, or I think he's internet playing on. Anton, if Eddie Howe, do you think Eddie Howe should leave by the end of the summer? Shouldn't he? By this season, he should leave.
I think he's done a bit dirty, because you still ain't got director of football, have you?
Yeah, we have.
You have now.
Yeah, I think. I can see. Who's our director of football? Can I have a look now?
Testing. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, I think it's just StreamYard. I was talking, yapping.
Before you go start, Anton, quickly. Sorry, Mo, if Arteta doesn't win a trophy, should he leave? Should he leave the club?
I think so, yes, and only because it's going to look bad if out of the last 10 seasons he's finished twice, 5 times, because we finished against Leicester when they won the league second, and then the last 4 in a row. It's going to be 5 out of the last 10. Now, that's not all Arteta. The Wenger was one of those, but 4 of the last are Arteta. So it's to say that you've got a team that can finish thereabouts in the top half of the league, but you need that next caliber of coach to get you over the line. If this is all caveated by if we don't get over the line this season, and at the moment, if I be really, really honest, if I take away the being on the internet and having a bit of extra chest, I don't think we will finish first. I think we will finish second, and the reason why I think is because Man City have since we've come back from the international break, Man City have been cooking. Man City have been cooking, and I'm nervous. It worries me that we had this massive lead and we've squandered it. I want to be wrong more than ever. I want to be wrong, but I'm gonna put it out there. I'm not comfortable at all, and I do think there is going to be a time where we have to question: is this the right coach to get us over the line? He's done really good squad building, but he's not able to use the squad to their fullest. He's made sentimental decisions by not picking his best team to, damper that League Cup against Man City. It would have been really good to play his strongest team and put a proper fight up, get the 2 best team. Because had he have played his strongest team and Man City played a slightly weaker team and you won, that would have been a psychological advantage. Had it have been the 2 teams playing their both strongest teams, it would have been a preview for the game that really matters. It would have been this is what I can do differently if we fall short in certain areas. But neither of those happened, and I just think that you got to put that down to the coach. There was an opportunity to get some learning there, and he didn't use that.
Who would before I ask Anton, should both teams get rid of their man? Well, get rid of managers because we are not doing Liverpool chat here. We had this yesterday, Anton. You turned up fucking late. But who would you want to bring in to replace Arteta if you were going to get rid of him?
See, I'm not thinking about managers yet because I want to be wrong. I want to back the manager, and I want this to be the season where we win some major trophies. So it's too early for me to start side-eyeing other managers. But if it comes to the end of the season and we don't have a trophy to show for it, then I'll start entertaining. But I don't have somebody that I think I want right now.
Right, those. Anton, should Newcastle get rid of Eddie Howe, and should Arsenal get rid of Arteta? You're saying about the Newcastle one, which I do understand.
Newcastle, I can see both sides why they wouldn't want to keep him and why they wouldn't sack him. I think because of the last summer's transfer window, I think he was a bit unlucky there. He was left in the lurch. He had to manage everything himself, get his brother or brother-in-law to be an agent. You know, now that the things, I think if he was, I think if he was to sort of stick with him now that the ship's steadied a bit, I think he'll have a better season next season.
And sporting director is a guy named Ross Wilson.
Is there a big campaign to get him out? Are the fans really restless about him? Or is
there are some fans that want him out.
Ones where if he gets a good result, they're quiet, and if he gets a bad result, there's a few murmurs.
I joined a Newcastle call-in a while ago when we lost Sunderland the first time round, and I said on that one I want him out. The second time I joined it, and I said even now, from then till now, I still want him out. So I do want Eddie Howe out. I flipped up a little bit, and yes, I've been calling about it. Don't get me wrong, but I want Eddie Howe out as much as anyone. I think there are some fans that are still loyal to him, but you've got like like Matty Renton, fans like that. Like we've all seen him on YouTube. They want him out now. Like they've had enough. Like they've had enough. The results I've seen recently, I'm just like, we haven't won since Chelsea. We haven't won since we beat Chelsea 1-0 at Stamford Bridge. So there are fans that want him out. I want him out. I think some of the fan base want him out. But I think the like diehards loyal to him still want him to stay because they're literally like remembering the League Cup final from last year. Money's internet is shocking today.
Yeah, and he's blaming StreamYard as if not all of us are using the same StreamYard.
That's the thing.
As far as Arteta is concerned, I reckon he's staying. Actually, I'm convinced he's staying, and it wouldn't surprise me if he's already signed a contract, whether they win the league or not. And I'll tell you 2 reasons why. He's not going to walk because he's on 15 million a year, and he's in one of the biggest clubs in the world, and he's got all the power you can have. I know Berta is coming and sort of curbed his power a little bit, but he's still got a hell of a lot of say in there. He's not going to get that at any other club, not a club as big as Arsenal. So he's not going to work away from that. And secondly, his employers ain't going to sack him. His employers are American, and they look at Arsenal as a business and a good business that's earning millions in passive income. And Arteta is as guaranteed as you can get to get in Champions League football every season. Then you know what I mean. He has a little cup run every now and then, but he's in a Champions League. He's always challenging, and whether you like their football or not, their fan base seems to be growing. I mean, they've got a good online presence and that. There is absolutely if you're a businessman, especially if they're not big fans of football. If you're an American and you got a passing interest in it, but that's your business interest, there's no way you're going to put that in jeopardy just so that you can improve by one place. Arsenal fans might care about it. They don't care about that. They would like to.
Yeah, I do get that.
They're not going to put all that in jeopardy just to go up one place and 2 Champions League semi-finals in a row, the second place at worst again to this season. No, they're not sacking him, and he ain't going to walk. So he'll be there. He'll be there next season. I reckon he signed it already, and I think because of the way how the season is panning out, where it looks a bit dicey for them in the league, they're not going to announce it yet. You know what I mean? So if anything, they might. Let's just say, for instance, you do come second, King, and you get knocked out in a semi-final of the Champions League, or you might even lose the final of the Champions League. They're not going to announce it straight away. What they'll do is they'll probably announce that Arteta's got a new contract during a World Cup, and they'll probably announce it at the same day or the day after you made a big signing. You know what I mean? I can
honestly see them announce it after they release merch.
would be the perfect time to announce an Arteta new contract if Arsenal was to get a Barcola. And all of a sudden everything's fine.
Yeah, I mean, Anton is
will be. You know what? We've gone so close. We're improving now. This is be the last jigsaw, the last piece of the jigsaw, and the only way Arteta is going to get kicked out of that club or leave that club is if the fans really show their displeasure at it, i.e., stop going to the matches and that. But the thing is, you've got a whole like tens of thousands of people on the waiting list. You know what I mean? If some of the season ticket holders stop going, there'll be other season ticket holders ready to sort of like take their place. 100%. So no, it will be their manager.
Before we continue, King, I've got one more tag team partner. You had Mo. You've now got Mo again. Yeah, I'm making this a 3-on-2.
Is it Patrick?
I'm bringing my guy. He hasn't got a manager. He hasn't got a manager. Just like my friend hasn't got a girlfriend. I have to bring him in. Patrick, this is literally
laying
Newcastle
down
and
my
Arsenal
for one night only.
I knew it.
Let's do something Tupac and Biggie couldn't do.
What's that?
Let's not argue. Let's not fight about, a certain club in you lot. Yeah, this is purely because of, what's going on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Proper Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero vibes.
I was thinking it's more like Sabu versus John Cena Vengeance.
Finish. It's finished. But I think if you listen to what Anton said, that's the real side of where football is now, especially in the Premier League. It's all about, for the business owners, it's all about having a steady side income. And from their perspective, as long as Arsenal is in and around 1 to 5th, have a run in the Champions League, have a cup run, getting new players, academy players, young players, improving them, selling them, they have no real urge or desire to get rid of the manager. Well, why would they? Because they can look at it like, okay, what if we sack Arteta and then we get another Emery situation where we get a big manager, recognized manager, but it doesn't suit the club and we go backwards and we get out of the Champions League. Whereas for them, they're making millions. If we finish first, it's a bonus for them. But if we finish second, they're not going to lay sleepless at night. They're going to sleep just fine because they're generating millions of revenue, steady income, good brand. Like, they don't care. It's us, fans, who suffers. We are the ones who has to take all the banter. We are the one who put our hard-earned money into the club. And not see.
I think we said this yesterday as well. We said it yesterday, every fan here hates each other's clubs. I hate Liverpool. I hate Chelsea. I hate Arsenal. You guys all hate my club. We all hate each other's clubs. But we don't hate the people. We don't hate I don't hate Anton. I don't hate Mo. I think what Mo did with that vomit thing, still funny as fuck. Me and you two spoken.
Whenever KG plays that tune, it just gives me Vietnam flashbacks.
Me and King have spoken personally on the phone and texting wise. Me and Patrick, we've spoken personally on the phone. That's it. We don't hate each other. We don't hate the fans. We hate the clubs.
I hate Patrick though. I don't like it. Just to make
I don't like you either. Why am I here? I don't like you either. But hey,
but all your other lads are all right.
But you know what? I honestly think, obviously, we all came together as before. All we need is guidance, like the original thing we had before when we first started this. All of us are here because of KG. But I remember the stream I joined. My son was just born. I got home and I made a bet with King.
Yeah, it's just.
I'm not gonna lie.
I just still don't get why
that's one of the craziest bet in football history. Surely, it's
the
up
thing
there.
is, someone.
Are you gonna
I was
have?
crazy on that day. I was crazy on that day because I told my wife that bet, and she literally looked at me and was like, "Rob, it's not going to happen." I was like, "It has to happen. If I lose this bet, I'm fucked. I'm finished."
See, I just don't get.
You're setting the kid up for success. I don't understand. You're being a good
What do you
dad.
mean?
You're being
What
selfless.
do you mean? The kids see the
Robert, what was the bet? Because I know there is some sort of bet, but I don't know exactly what it is.
If Arsenal win a Champions League or Premier League this season, my son has to be an Arsenal fan. If Arsenal do not win the Champions League or Premier League, I get to rename I get to rename King's Channel.
Anton, listen to this, yeah? He lives in Woolwich, next to the Woolwich Arsenal. He's got the ties.
Yeah.
It's that connection with North London and the origin story. It's fine.
It's all right.
I've been to the Emirates. We've all been to the Emirates at one point.
Yeah.
I stood in the Emirates. I stood with the home fans during the first leg last season.
Yeah.
And Emirates is a beautiful stadium.
Mm.
It was just funny to watch you guys just lose. And I think like me, we joined it. Me and you had banter between me, you, and KG on the show. I think it was before the second leg when you were telling me like the Carroll Cup. By the way, quick question, King.
Yeah.
Is the Carroll Cup an important trophy?
Of course, every trophy is important. Like, let's not.
You said it's not. You said it's important trophy from last season.
That's.
No, I think it's getting more important.
But there's always like this perspective. So I'll give you an example. If Arsenal would have won the Carabao Cup this season, but didn't win any other trophy, but don't win any other trophy, people would still be like, that's not good enough.
Yeah,
and that's the problem. Like, I think for the Big Six club, you win the Carabao with another trophy. It's a fantastic season. I think for all the other clubs, if you win the Carabao, it's a fantastic achievement. But it's still a trophy. Like, you can't look down on any trophy. Going to Wembley, when you're there, 100% you want to win it. I was disappointed that we didn't turn up. I was disappointed that Raya wasn't in goal. I feel like when you get to the final, forget about sentiment, forget about what's morally right. If you win the trophy, Kepa can't say anything. Can't be like, oh no, it's wrong. He's gonna be happy. He was part of the journey. I think that would have made much more sense. And that's where I feel like Arteta, he got it wrong. He got it wrong, for sure.
But the thing that annoys me is I don't think he knows that he got it wrong.
Yeah, that's a bigger problem. That's a bigger problem.
I think winning the Carabao for a Big Six side is probably a stepping stone. Like when Chelsea won it in 2005, Jose said for a club that hasn't won anything in 5 years, it was basically like a wake up. Like you smelt the coffee and now you realise that you can go on and do bigger things. Like he said, like, hopefully we've got this one, but we can go and get the bigger one. I didn't know whether he meant the Premier League or the Champions League at that time, but he's like, we could go for the bigger one. The bigger one. For Manchester City, it was pretty much the kickstart of the dynasty that we've seen Manchester City go on for this year. For Liverpool, winning the Carabao Cup against us was pretty much like a kick on to try and do bigger things as well. For Newcastle, it beats them. It beats their 70-year trophy haul. But the misconception is when Arsenal go into it, it seemed like when Arteta went into it, he kind of disrespected the cups. He disrespected the Carabao. He disrespected the FA Cup in a way that when he won it in 2020, he thought, right, if I won it in 2020, I could start playing the youngsters and start playing all these players. The big thing is he underestimates everything. He underestimates the teams that are in that competition. Like, he goes and plays Southampton this season and he plays the strongest 11, but he plays Kepa in goal, even though he's fumbled the Carabao Cup. And he thinks, if Kepa's in there, and some of the players that played in that final, they can turn up for a game against Southampton and easily win it. But as we all know, Southampton turned them into, mincemeat and turned them into their equals. Even the Carabao Cup final, the first half, it was all you. I just don't get how you didn't capital. I didn't get how Arteta tried to capitalize, use his strengths to Pep's weaknesses. But in the second half, he had 11 men behind the ball, didn't really go at Manchester City. The moment they went 1-0 down, it was like, we're giving up, everything else. That's the thing. It just, how can Arteta go 3 years in a massive title race, spend a combined total of nearly like 600 days, considering you have 200 days apiece in 22, 23 and 25, 26 in first, to then somehow in April or March absolutely bottle it. And I'm not trying to have a go. I'm like bottling it in a way of he's underestimated everything. He's overplaying the players that need a bit of a rest to go forward. He has the squad depth. Why ain't he using the squad depth for half of the games and then changing it back to when it needs the most? You're playing on two fronts, but it baffles me as a rival. It just baffles me how you're not pushing on after that. After that Carabao Cup final, it was meant to be like, right, we lost that. Let's try and use energy to try and win a trophy this season. But since that Carabao Cup final, 5 defeats is relegation form. I just don't get why Arsenal have not carried on the way that they left off before the cup final. It's baffling to me.
What were you going to say? Go on, sorry, King, and then go to Anton.
I don't think it's about underestimating. I think it's about a manager who lacks winning experience. I think it's a manager who's under so much pressure that whenever he has his best players available, even if they are at 70%, he'd rather play them than rotate. And that's why in April, the players are either injured or out of form like a Declan Rice and Subamendi, or you have players who haven't played almost anything and now you have to rely on them, but they're not match fit. So I think Arteta's squad management is the main factor to why his April record, bar one season, is horrendous, in my opinion.
But you need to think of it though. Like, you're saying that, but you've had 3 consecutive years of going for the league title. You're top at half of those junctions. You're either top at Christmas or you spend 200 and some days at the top. I just don't get how Arteta doesn't learn from his mistakes. I don't get it how that team has now matured. They had their first one in 22-23. That was just the tester. 23-24. They had that momentum. They had that chance. And they threw it away. 24-25. Liverpool weren't supposed to win the league. Right? If it take Arne Slot and Liverpool out of the equation, Manchester City were in the worst position that they've ever been in under Pep. I don't get how Arsenal were top before Liverpool went on their massive step and didn't just capitalise on that. And even this season was showing it again. The players, the manager, 22-23 was the start, and you've had 3 seasons on where Arteta has fumbled the bag time and time and time again. It just, when are you gonna learn that you've had that moment, and he's surely instilled in his brain and instilled in that seasons that if this going to keep continuing, the DNA of finishing second, not getting to the post, getting pipped by other teams are going to be instilled in these players for the long term. If Arteta can't break that psychological barrier that they can go for the title, they can go for domestic cups, they can go for Europe. But unless that psychological barrier is there, nothing's happening.
What were you going to say, Pat? What were you going to say, Anton?
I was going to sort of look forward to the Newcastle game and how Arsenal was going to approach it.
Now, that's what I want to know. I agree.
Because since Sunday's match when City beat Arsenal, and then yesterday when Manchester City only beat Burnley 1-0, you hear like Arsenal fans saying, "Oh, they've let us back in. They've only beaten them 1-0." The thing is, everyone's got it in their head that this title's going to be decided by goal difference. I don't think it will. I think both teams are going to drop points. I do still think that City will be slight favourites. So I don't think it's over and done with, like how a lot of people think that it's going to be definitely City. I think they are going to be twisted and turned, but I would just edge it towards Manchester City. I was listening to first time I actually agreed with Vigal actually when he was on Don Hassan's, when Don Hassan was there talking about Manchester City missed an opportunity by putting 5 past Burnley yesterday, and that all Arsenal need to do on Saturday is put 4 past Newcastle. And Vigal says, "Look, we're in bad form. We've won one game in 6. What you need to do is just win games first. Think about the goal difference afterwards." The thing is, when you're an overall favourite to go and play a team, you don't you can't. I mean, you want to win 7-0, but it very rarely turns out to be that way. When Liverpool beat Manchester United 7-0 or 7-1, I think it was 1-1 at half time.
Yeah.
And we just rattled off the other 6 goals. And the thing is, it's one of those games where it turns out to be that way, where you just take your chances and everything just happens to fall into place. And then sometimes you could go in. I think it was last season when we won the league, and Manchester United was going for a really bad patch. And all the Man United fans is saying, "Oh, they're fearing another 7-0, another 7-1." And I thought he was going to win comfortably. And I can't remember if we lost or we drew.
You drew.
We drew that.
Yeah, and the thing is, you could go in as favourites, and chances are, if you're playing well, you're going to win. But you can never sort of determine that, yeah, we're definitely going to win 3-4-0. The only time that ever happens is in a 2-legged European tie. So, for instance, if Arsenal was to go and play Atletico and they lose their first leg 2-0, Arsenal they know what they need to do. The second leg is to win 3-0. And the reason why you're more likely to get the 3 goals in the second leg, because Atletico Madrid, they've got in their mind, we're 2-0 up, we need to protect what we've got. So the game sort of determines it decides itself how the game's going to go. When you're playing a league game, you're both starting from scratch. Now, when Arsenal played Newcastle on Saturday, both teams are in bad form. Arsenal fans are saying, "Oh, we'll beat Newcastle because they're in really bad form." But Arsenal are in bad form as well. Newcastle will be saying the exact same thing. You know, and it'll be interesting to see how Arsenal is going to approach this game, because they played more on the front foot against Manchester City at the Etihad. But is it one of those cases where they played well because they were playing against a good squad and they're going to revert back to type on Saturday? Or is this a sign of how they're going to keep on playing for the rest of the season? And if they do keep on playing like that, does that leave them a bit more vulnerable at the back? Because Arsenal haven't been as tight as they have been in the first half of this season. They have been conceding goals. And people have been noticing David Raya about how good a goalkeeper he is. And he is a good goalkeeper. But if he's been man of the match and he's been saving you, that actually shows that maybe you're not as secure at the back and you're not as protected. That David Raya is not as protected as he was before. So there's a lot of unknowns for this game on Saturday. And to be honest, no matter what the result is, it wouldn't surprise me.
I said the King before you two joined. I said the King, like, our main key now is we've played a Sulu up front. He bypassed Walter Vader and Wissa. If Alanga can somehow bring Forest form from last season against who would the left back be?
Calafiori or Hincapi?
I think it would be Hincapi.
See, Hincapi is pretty good.
Going on about that as well, it's the fact that what type of team will Arsenal play, especially the fact that they got the Champions League in midweek.
I forgot about that. You mentioned it.
But I think for the first time,
who's he going to rest and who's he going to play?
For first time in months, we haven't had a mid-game week game. So this is actually the first time where we've actually been able to kind of rest, have some breathe, not travel and just recover. And then it's a home game. So I think it will definitely play.
Is Bukayo back as well?
I read somewhere apparently he's back in training.
I heard he was meant to be ready for the City game, but apparently the medics were like, I think
right now there's a lot of PR going on. I don't expect Bukayo Saka against Newcastle.
Do you think, Ruiz? Do you think that I think he's obviously being mismanaged. Do you think he's been really mismanaged at Arsenal because he played before the international break? I can't remember what game it was for the international break. He goes away to England, and then the England England medical staff must have looked at him and think, no, you're not in no fit state to play for us. Sent him back without playing a second, and he hasn't been seen since then. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm there thinking to myself, if there wasn't an international break, would you have played the following league game if it wasn't an England game?
Without a shadow of a doubt.
You know what I mean?
I wouldn't say yes. I think the problem we have with Bukayo now is that I think the injury that he has is worse than what they anticipated. And I think his body hasn't responded to it as expected. So I think they made a misdiagnose on his injury. But going back to how we mismanaged him, 100%, 100,000% we've mismanaged Bukayo Saka. And this has been something that us Arsenal fans have complained about ever since he broke into the first team. Like, I remember even this season, when we were 4-1 up against Spurs, it's like, why is he still on the pitch?
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have to be on the pitch. Why would you spend 55 million, or it was 50 million, on his replacement, and you don't trust him only when Bukayo is injured? Like, it's Arteta, again, I've said this so many times, when Arteta trusts a player, he doesn't want to rotate that player. And that's not how football works. It's like, even when you look at Man City and Pep, as good of a player as Kevin De Bruyne was, there were times where he was an unused substitution.
Yeah.
Just to back up your point there, King.
Yeah.
He did the same thing with Odegaard. Odegaard coming back from injury.
He did the same thing with Ben White.
He did it.
All the Arsenal fans are ripping Ben White apart. But Ben White was playing year in, year out. And even when he was injured, he continued to play him. And now the boy is finished. Timber comes in, gets an ACL. The next season, he plays all the games, basically. The season after, in the summer, he complains about it. Do you think he rests him? No. Same team. And that's why now he's broken. Like, he never learned. And I remember, I don't like to talk about this player, but Thomas Partey,
I was going to say about
another one, injured, forces him to stay on the pitch. We've seen Arteta do this many times. It's a problem.
The thing is, we had it when we played you. When you played us, when we beat you 2-0 a couple of seasons ago. You had I think you had Ben White, Gabriel, that were not ready to play, and Arteta just shoved them in because he knew he had to do something.
When we were fighting for the Champions League and we finished 5th.
Yeah, that's when you were fighting, and that's what I mentioned yesterday. And Yeah, I sort of enjoyed that one. But that's the thing. I mean, but we've done it. We've done it at Newcastle. We've done it at Newcastle this season. We're playing Tottenham. We're winning 2-1 at Tottenham, and Bruno went down with an injury, and now we've missed 10 games. We've done it. I mean, Livermento's in and out the squad like a whole fucking hokey-cokey. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure Patrick Sarr's done it.
Yeah, Reece James quite a lot.
Reece James, Liverpool's probably done it. And to be honest, with
Dominic Szoboszlai's played as much, if not more minutes than Zubimendi and Rice. But how that boy is still running and still staying fit, I don't know. Yeah. I mean,
that's the thing.
Talking of Saturday's game, I think the perfect person for Arsenal to bring in for Saturday's game in midfield would be Norgard for Zubimendi. For as bad as Zubimendi's been, and he's been good at times early in the season, but the boy's obviously running on fumes. Norgard ain't a shit footballer. You know what I mean? And he's a physical specimen as well. Saturday's game is going to be completely different from the game against Man City because Newcastle are a much more physical team. You put Norgard in there instead of Zubimendi, and that'll probably give Rice a little bit of a rest as well because Rice has been doing the running for two people because Zubimendi's just been anonymous the last couple of games. Thing is, he ain't going to play Norgard.
No. And there's also one other player. There's one other player they should play as well.
I don't care what reservations you've got about Norgard. You can't tell me that Zubimendi on current form is better than Norgard.
It doesn't explain the fact that we're here, and the biggest misconception about Arsenal this year is the quote-unquote squad depth. Yet every week we're seeing the same lineup. Rayo in goal. Then you have a back four of either White or Timber, Calafiori, a back two of Saliba, Gabriel, and then in the midfield it's usually Zubimendi, Rice. Then it's usually Gyökeres, Saka, and Martinelli or Trossard. Yet the squad depth, you could easily just change the players around. Norgard's sitting on the bench, and he's wondering what the hell am I doing here?
Norgard hasn't played 90 minutes total of Premier League football yet.
Exactly.
And we're in game week 33. It's a disgrace.
Why spend that money on Norgard if you know Zubimendi, if he's having a bad couple games, just swap him out.
And you know what? I know. It's obviously. Trossard. I know it's Newcastle versus Arsenal.
And he's throwing in there. Pep Arteta's over-reliance on certain players this season has killed any hope of you trying to win a trophy. Again, because it's the fact that you're over-relying on players.
It's put dent to it. It's not killed it. It's put dent to it.
What if they get injured again? It's going to piss off the national teams as well because it's a World Cup year and they need their players because they work in the formations that they've been given as well. Arteta.
But there's also one player that Arsenal should play. There's also one player that Arsenal should play, and if it happens, I will be slightly more concerned. If I was Arsenal, I'll put Dowman on the right. Because in that way, Lewis Hall versus Dowman, Lewis Hall's never played against Dowman. Lewis Hall's probably examining everything on Madueke, thinking, okay, I know what I'm going to have to do, see what happens. Dowman's in the starting 11, he's thinking, oh shit.
That's what I'm scared about as well. Like, as much as good Dowman is, imagine for me, he plays against Atletico Madrid.
But for me,
he's going to get slaughtered.
For me, I don't mind the way we are managing Dowman because he's 16. Because you can twist it. What if Dowman did what Martinelli did against City and we concede and he scores? He's 16. Yeah. He's not going to be able to handle that way Arsenal fans would go at him. So I don't mind the fact that he comes in, he plays a game, then we don't see him for a while. Then he comes in again, plays a game, then we don't see him for a while. Because he's just a kid. We shouldn't have to rely on a 16-year-old.
He's got
when you spend the money we've spent when we have players like Gabriel Jesus, Trossard on the bench. Like it doesn't make any sense. For me, I would hope he would play Rice in the 6, play Erdegaard a bit deeper, and play Esse in the 10. That's what I want to see. I feel like Esse now.
Yeah.
I feel like Eze now is finding his rhythm in the Arsenal team now. I feel like he's playing much better than he did in the beginning of the season. Just play him in the 10. Let him be free. Let him do his thing. Erdegaard likes to drop deep anyway, so he can support Rice. He likes to drop deep and be in the build-up. So let them 3 play. Rest Subi, and then you play one of Trossard or Martinelli on the left.
Who would you play up front? Who would you put up front? Because you've got a choice of 3 strikers.
Probably Havertz against Newcastle. Against Newcastle, I wouldn't play Gyökeres against Newcastle. Newcastle is too physical for him. He's losing that battle, and we're gonna need someone who's gonna be able to go for the headers, do the hold up, and the link.
Hold on, King, did you just say go for headers?
Yeah,
we saw what he did. We saw what he did against City to hit his shoulder. Doesn't do headers, he does shouldering.
Yeah, if you're gonna play that physical,
when you look at the in game. Havertz was actually good in the in-game. It was in front of goal where, other than the goal that he scored, the other chances he missed them. And usually, if there's one thing that he's good at, is heading. He scored a quite few headers for us. Actually, I was really, really disappointed that he missed that chance. Really disappointed.
I a little bit disagree with you, King. Respectfully, I think. On this game, I would play Havertz in the second half towards the last, maybe anything beyond the 70th minute. I'd let Gyökeres start, only because we're in that area we're towards the end of the season now, and I think Gyökeres will probably have more to say in his inaugural season than what he's delivered so far. And I think by freezing him out, I was originally thinking probably it's going to be Havertz now till the end of the season, but I think by freezing him out, I don't think it's going to help us. I think giving him, if he starts a game and then he drops a game, then starts a game and drops a game, that's probably going to keep him keen to do that bit of time that he's got to play, to add more, to watch the game, see what Havertz is doing that he's not. And I think it will, in the long term, help him. And if he gets that 20th goal, it will be a good season for him on a personal level as well. So I think he's also keen to get that extra few more goals between now. And if he's only going to play 1 or 2 games and he doesn't do it, it's going to just be a shame. So I think for squad rotation point of view, not to just rely on Havertz. I think for that reason, I'd like to see Gyökeres start.
I'll start him against Atletico. I'll start Gyökeres against Atletico. I think the Champions League, because there's more space,
it's a bit slower.
I'll play him because I think Malik Chow and Dan Burn would love to play against Gyökeres.
I think the problem is if you go 1-0 down against this Newcastle side, I think it could be game over. Because the way because the way that Newcastle play, as soon as they go 1-0 up, they could just lock up shop, and especially the fact that you got Atletico Madrid. And I know we joke about it, saying Haram versus Haram because terrorist managers. Yeah, we got Osama bin Arteta.
And get Robert strike from YouTube.
No, I'm confident. I'm confident we can unpick them with Odegaard. One thing that Odegaard brings back is that unpicking defenses when they're stubborn. When Odegaard is on form, he's really good, and he's one of the reasons why we have been at the top end of the league, even though it's been bridesmaid all the way. But he is good at penetrating. Yeah,
they look good together. It's a shame they haven't been able to play more together, but they look.
But I still think this game will be decided in midfield. I think if Newcastle get control of the midfield, and if we do get an early goal and we lock up short, we did against Chelsea, and we saw what happened with that. Like, they were shocking. They were bad. I think me and you, Patrick, both agree with that.
No, the first 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think the first 10 minutes, we were all over you. We needed that goal to try and at least put pressure on you. That's the thing that Arsenal need to do.
If we get the early goal, then I think it's game over.
Yeah, but that's the thing that Arsenal need to do. Forget North London forever. Forget the crowd energy. You need to focus on yourself. Just get the first goal and then figure out from there. Don't let Newcastle. I can't believe I'm backing Arsenal on this. Don't let Newcastle get the first goal and then let them lock up shop.
I'll invite you to the parade, Patrick, if we win.
No, because if they lock up shop, there's no way they're
going to take
their defence, especially with a low block.
Can I just... I know this is just a preview game, but can we just spend just 2 minutes talking about Leicester going down again?
Yeah, I don't mind. You guys like that?
As well. I don't want to de-dox myself, but I live in the city.
I mean, what on earth is happening to that club? And is this not a wake-up call for Spurs?
It could easily happen with Spurs. Easily happen with Spurs, yeah. The Spurs go down, they don't look like the type of club that's got the fight in them for a league like the Championship, because that's a tough league. This is like me. The Spurs are they're a pretty club that likes to be in a top flight that allows them to play. The Championship is a proper dogfight down there. And unless they change the complete playing staff and instill some steel in there, that league could easily swallow them up.
I mean, we got relegated twice there.
I don't see them going straight down. I don't see them going straight down from the Premier League straight down to League One the following season. But I reckon that they'll have an extended stay in the Championship, and then they'll turn out to be like a Stoke that sort of like
Leeds.
That was a steady.
Remember when Leeds got relegated in the early 2000s? Anton?
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
You remember when Leeds got relegated in the early 2000s?
Leeds were down for ages. Yeah. And this is a Leeds club that was in the semi-final of the Champions League.
Yeah, that's why I'm related.
The thing is, could Leicester do a Portsmouth where they got, obviously a Portsmouth got administration, different story, but could they go into League One and go into League Two?
Yeah, because I've heard that they've lost since 2019, they've lost over 375 million quid. And they will go into it. They will go into League One with the highest wage bill of like 100 and some million quid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're gonna have to release players.
Yeah, like Harry Winks is like their most paid player.
Yeah, I know.
You go on.
You feel for Leicester. You kind of feel like, and I don't know this for sure, but you almost get the feeling like since their owner died, the billionaire spoiled son takes over and has no idea what he's doing, and it's just downfall upon downfall upon downfall. And really, they need to put in footballing people there because they've spent so much money on their training facilities, on player wages, on infrastructure into the city, and they're getting no return at all.
The atmosphere in the city, because I'm from that region, is toxic. Every week on my news, you're hearing reports of like all the arguments outside the stadium with the owner. The owner literally came out and spoke to a lot of raging fans. You had Nasir Chowdhury, who basically tried to apologise for the season, but he's one of the most hated players at the club. Harry Winks is literally just started having fights with fans outside as well. They want the owner out because of the fact that, they've mismanaged the club. The board level is stinking. You have John Woodkin and you had a woman, I forgot her name, Susan something, who was there for like 15 years, but she left because, the Leicester sponsor BC Game, the gambling company. she didn't want that on the shirt because it was one of those dodgy write-off ones that haven't got like a UK license. The atmosphere in this city and in the state and as a football club is some of the most toxic I've ever seen this city go. And it's like they want them out now because they don't think they're going to get back up. And we're talking about a team that 10 years ago won the Premier League, had Brendan Rodgers, literally played fluent football. They had to sell off some of their highest assets because obviously, you know, they had a philosophy of buy low talent, let people spend 50, 60 million on them, then rebuild using that money. But since the COVID pandemic, they haven't had the revenue that they needed. But again, they go get relegated this season, and who do you bring in? You don't. They didn't bring in a manager that was tactically ready for the championship. You bring somebody in from QPR. You have a good little spell, and then it collapsed. It didn't help the fact that they got done by PSR as well in the championship because they got out of it in the Premier League, but now they're done. And the fans are literally turning on the owners. It's came to the point now where the owners, the fans really want the board out because at the end of the relegation game against Hull, when it was 2-2, they booed when the players came out. When the team got read out, they had a pyrotechnic party for relegation, which is baffling to me. And again, the whole fan base stayed behind, argued against the players. The players tried to apologise, but it wasn't good enough. And the owner stood out there at the cold. And you know what was so dodgy? This happened at the Hull game as well. The top, we call him Top, came up to his dad's statue and laid some flowers on, right? A bloke at a pub literally saw him and at the top of his lungs, bearing in mind he just put flowers on his dad's statue, screamed, "Get out of our club." That's really how toxic. Bad it has got up to now. It's came to the point now where it's going to be low attendances. I got messages saying that I was allowed to go to 3 games, 25% off.
Right. Oh, you're a Leicester fan? That's why.
No.
Is this something you want to tell us?
No. I've been to cup games throughout, like, the glory years, I'll call them. I've been to cup games.
Oh, so you're a glory hunting fan. So
no,
you supported them when they won, and then you don't tell us.
I said to you, we're not going to have an argument on this one, man.
He dated Leicester during uni.
No, I live in the city. All right, I'm going to dedox myself. I live in the city, but I don't support Leicester. But I've seen their story. Like, I have friends that support Leicester. They want the board out. They want them out. Like, I've been to games where it was the glory days. They've been, the atmosphere is electric when they were in the Premier League and in these games. Yeah. But now that they're in the League One, with the fact that they want the owners out,
it's bad for your city. It's really bad for your city.
Yeah.
Next season we're having Leicester versus Bromley.
Because
Leicester versus Bromley.
That's literally the biggest thing that everybody's angry about. Is like, I don't want to go to these low-level teams. They got a brand new training complex, and they're going to have the best training complex in League One.
It's one of the best in England.
Yeah, they literally forked out on it before the COVID pandemic, and they moved in just after it. And it was meant to be, the Kickstarter to something bigger.
Yeah, they were going to get the best academies, the best talent.
Yeah, the best academy, the best players, everything. Bear in mind, 3 years ago, they were in a Europe. No, was it? No, 4 years ago, they were in the Conference League semi-finals, got beaten by Jose Mourinho's Roma 1-0.
Yeah, and Roma went on and won that final.
Atletico Madrid come here, and that was like... That was a party atmosphere over here. Like, Leicester winning the league, it was carnival. It was madness. I was at school. You couldn't escape it. It was one of, like, it felt like, Chelsea won them the league. It felt brilliant for me because obviously we stopped Spurs, but you can feel the energy around the city. It was booming.
Yeah, now, and it's one of them city where
it'd be mad, right? Sorry, Patrick. Sorry, King Patrick. Wouldn't it be mad, right? 10 years on from that title race, we're between Tottenham and Leicester when Tottenham came third in a two-horse race. Wouldn't it be mad that 10 years later, both of them teams go down the league? It'd be the maddest consequence.
Yeah. Like, Leicester fans sing it all the time. Who came third? Every time I was there, who came third in a two-horse race? Tottenham fucking Hotspur. That's the chant. Like, Ranieri had a, Ranieri came in. He stabilised the club, won them the league. Craig Shakespeare got them to the Champions League quarter-final. Then you had Claude Puel. His football wasn't good enough, but obviously he was there at the time when the helicopter crash happened.
Yeah.
And
didn't you also have Brendan Rodgers as well?
Yeah, they had Brendan Rodgers in 2019 that pretty much got them the FA Cup, the Community Shield,
unlucky
European
not get
football.
into Champions League 2 years in a row.
But the moment he, and I can remember this well, the moment Brendan said in September, "Oh, I think the club has screwed me over because you didn't spend much money. You only bought Rouse Fassin in the 22-23 season. That was the only summer signing, a centre-back. Yeah. When you knew Jamie Vardy was going on a decline, you knew, not drink water. Like, you bringing Drewsbury Hall, who's going to work well. Tielemans has just gone. Yeah. All these players.
Yeah, and I think never really, Maddison had just gone as well.
Yeah, Maddison has just gone. It's like they haven't built on it. They had Enzo Maresca, and they bought, and obviously he came to Chelsea, but they never really built on that, on the promotion, because they waited so long.
Did they have Harvey Barnes as well? Just
Harvey Barnes. Yeah.
They had some good players.
Yeah, man.
They had some great players.
When you think of that title-winning team, because I was having this conversation with an Arsenal fan, and we was talking about a combined 11 of that title-winning team back in 2016 and this current squad of this Arsenal team. Yeah. And I tell you what, I would say there's probably more Leicester players in there than Arsenal players.
You have to think. Wes Morgan,
rightfully so.
N'Golo Kante,
they won the league. Yeah, rightfully so.
Yeah.
Like Jamie Vardy is a Premier League legend. Kante is a football legend.
Vardy that season was on fire, man. Exactly. That volley he scored against Liverpool was unbelievable.
Yeah, like you have
Morris is one of the best wingers we've seen in the Premier League.
Yeah. Like
that was such a good team,
Kante,
man.
Yeah. Kante, Vardy,
does Vardy deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, the Premier League?
Yeah, 100%.
Especially where he came from as well, non-league, and he went up the ladder. Yeah, definitely.
Like, you have to realise that Jamie Vardy over here is a god over here. He's considered one of the icons of the city. Like,
it's like modern day Ian Wright, isn't it? When it comes from non-league.
He's loved here. He is absolutely loved. But the fact that, again, we go to that. They wait so long to get a manager for the Premier League, and you get the guy who arguably gave Nottingham Forest the best day of their lives, nearly relegated them and got sacked. You don't back Cooper. You bring in Ruud van Nistelrooy after you've had like 3 games as the Man United interim. You beat West Ham, and then they had the unwanted record of losing like 5 or 6 games in a row without scoring.
I think we got him sacked. I think we got him sacked being 3-0.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Sorry. When you hear stories like how fast it was for Leicester, that convinces me Arsenal will stick with Arteta, because all it takes is just a couple of wrong appointments. And he's gone to. I'm old enough to remember when Charlton was a mainstay in the Premier League, in the top league, and they had Adam Kirbishley. And when I used to listen to the radio talk shows and that, and Alan Kirbishley always used to finish 7th and 8th, a bit like what Brentford's doing now. Charlton fans used to ring in all the time saying, yeah, we want to push up, we want a bit more. And Alan Kirbishley was a good manager back then. He was always touted for the next big job. Every time there was a vacancy, it was always Alan Kirbishley's name. And he was a steady, good manager. He reminds me of David Moyes back then. And then when Alan Kirbishley was never the same. Never the same. Charlton went down. You ain't seen them back up there since.
Right. They're stabilising Championship. I think they're staying up.
But the scary thing is about the City and Leicester is just the fans fear that they're gonna at least be in administration at this point because they don't know who's gonna go, how are they gonna cut the costs. You've got again a £100 million plus wage bill in League One. Which
the owner should sell the club.
Unheard of. They have to sell. They have no choice but to sell because, top, as I said, Iowat Shiraharapava, we called him top over here. So he's talked about how much it's hurting and how much it's hurting and how much it's hurt everything, especially with what's gone on in the past 10 years. But he's like, the fans ain't gonna buy it anymore. You got protests every week, and they got Millwall tomorrow. That's gonna be, they're gonna do a protest, I think, in a few days, and they're playing Millwall the last home game of their championship season, and they expect the fans to stay behind and do a lap of honour. You think they're gonna do that? No, they're just gonna go home because they're sick of it now. Overplayed. There's a few good players in that team. Fatawaru has been one of the best players this season. James, who has been on loan, the youngster James, who's been one of the best players that Leicester have had this season as well. I think those two players can go up, could go in League One with their heads held high. But the rest of them, overpaid, overworked, overprivileged, think they were born with the silver spoon, coming over here with nearly like 9 million quid of wage bills going to you. It's a joke. And I think
Leicester's problem were they didn't model themselves.
John Woodkin is... John Woodkin's been at the club for like over 15 years. And he's been like one of the stalwarts of this whole career. He's been the one that was there for the 5,000 to 1. He's been there through the European adventures. And the fans want him out because the way that he's been buying players, the way that they've been waiting for players, it's just... They need to sell. And I don't know how much they would want on their return. Especially the fact that they could say with the last 10 years.
Yeah, they failed to model themselves by data. When you look at clubs like Bournemouth, Brentford, and Brighton, that's the model they should have followed. But instead, they went on and spent big money on players like Harry Winks, giving them big wages. That was never going to work.
Again, you bought Riyad Mahrez from a League 2 club. League 2 club. You got N'Golo Kante from the Netherlands of French football. Jamie Vardy from non-league football. These were players that were unknowns and got them promoted, got them to stay up by the barest of margins, even though they were rock bottom in March.
Yeah, the great escape.
the greatest escape. Yeah. You then have Claudio Ranieri, who just lost to Greece. Played, I think it was the Faroe Islands, or lost to the Faroe Islands. Come in, and everybody was laughing and joking, saying, was Claudio Ranieri your first appointment? And they said, yes. And then it was like, that journey that they've been on with like N'Golo Kante, Christian Fuchs, Wes Morgan, Schmeichel, the entire team, Albright and Drinkwater, you know, the list goes on and on and on.
The right back, Ricardo, what was his name?
Was Danny Simpson there at the time?
No, yeah, Danny Simpson.
Yeah, he
was part of it. I'm thinking of the.
Even like the likes of the Madison,
the Japanese striker.
Yeah,
I forgot his name.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Tanaka or something.
Yeah, something like that. He had a Japanese striker that was scoring goals as well. That was prime Leicester. They all stuck together, bar Kante because he went to Chelsea, but everybody else stayed. It was only until like 2018-19 did the entire team just start disappearing, and they brought in. Leicester's philosophy was buy low, buy unknowns. Then when it comes to the big dogs like us all, we'll go and then buy them for like big money, and then they'll go again. They'll buy somebody young from like the depths of Ligue 2 or the depths of the German Bundesliga that no one's heard of.
Yeah.
The manager will come in, do his magic, and then it will be rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
And it saddens me that I'm seeing a club that is I've been in the city. The whole crowd loves it. And now they don't know what to do. And we're a rugby city as well. Literally, our stadium, the King Power and Welford Road Stadium, the rugby club for the Leicester Tigers, are literally like, you could literally throw a stone near it. And it's so near. And it's a sporting city. And to see the crown, not the crown jewel, but to see Leicester be like this and see the Tigers do what they need to do, it's sad. It's literally sad. And I don't know where they go from here.
But now he's probably Leicester more than 2 minutes better in my mind. I feel for Leicester, but I'm gonna slowly wrap things up now.
Yeah,
because I wasn't meant to be on this long ago. We're not doing a 2 hour stream.
I do apologise with the Leicester
That's
thing.
fine.
I just,
Mate, honestly, I don't mind. But we're not doing. We did a 2 hour. We did 2 hours yesterday. We did 2 hours 10 minutes yesterday.
You'd hit the 2 hour barrier.
We hit the 2 hour mark yesterday.
Get in there.
King, I asked Patrick, I asked Anton, what's your prediction for Saturday?
Saturday, 2-0 to the Arsenal.
Now I've had time to think. I said something reckless yesterday. I'm still sticking with 3-1. Fuck it, I've had enough. I'm doing 3-1
Newcastle.
Yeah. Because my point of view is that Arsenal have to win this game to stay in the title race. They have to win. And that will literally bring up space around the back. And Anton, you changed your location again.
No, you know what? Because I'm installing my Pro Evolution Soccer. I'm doing a modded version and that.
So, big up, but that doing modded games. Those
be my favorite video game.
Yeah,
Pro Evo 6, man.
Yeah. I still play.
I've got FC26 on my TV. So I'm ready to play it. Like when we end this. But I've literally got on my screen ready to play it. But Pro Evo, man, it's still a quality game. I'm not gonna lie.
Mate, Evo, the cover where John Terry and Thierry Henry staring at each other. That was my Pro Evo, man.
Well, if I turn this around, I don't know if you could see the screen where you got all the colours there. My favourite one was the orange one with Khalid, the referee.
The Italian referee.
Yeah, and I remember there's a little. I know we're digressing. I remember going to Tower Records when that was open in Trocadero. No, sorry, in Leicester Square. I remember going there midnight when it was just released. I'm buying that one with Pro Evolution Soccer 3, and it came with a little USB key, and it had an option file already on there. I was so fucking happy.
But you know what? King's saying 2-0. I'm saying 3-1. Patrick, you said, what did you say yesterday?
I don't know what I said. I
think you
think
said 2-1.
I'll go 2-1 Newcastle. I'll go 2-1 Newcastle.
Anton, I think you said.
I haven't said anything yet. I really don't know because
you didn't do it.
I really don't know. I don't think you're going to get the same Arsenal that you saw on Sunday. I think you're going to get. I think Arsenal are going to revert to type, and they'll just because remember this is Arsenal in bad form, but it's also a Newcastle in bad form. I could see a draw written all over it. I could see Arsenal getting 4 points over the next 2 games, so that Arsenal got a 4-point gap over Manchester City before they play their next game. So
that's just the mad bit, though. The fact that Arsenal could be 4 points clear, bearing in mind Man City are in FA Cup, you know. Yeah. And even if Man City do make it to the final on the 16th of May, there's no way Arsenal can increase the gap because that 16th of May is lock off for the entire day because it's FA Cup. You know, the
one thing that concerns me though is you've got City playing Southampton at Wembley, and you've got Newcastle playing Arsenal at the Emirates.
It's because
surely the fans are going to cross links at one point.
No, it's the City games at Arsenal's about 4:30.
No, we're at 5:30, and
you're 5:30.
The City game's at 5:15.
Yeah, that's bad. That's really bad.
That is actually like traveling fans.
It's just 15 minutes between the starting time of both teams.
That's it's even worse the fact that Chelsea Leeds and whoever else plays on Sunday in a London club, that's going to be mental.
Let me have a look before we end
Chelsea, who's playing on Sunday?
It's going to be a lot of football fans in London because Fulham plays at home to Villa. West Ham plays at home.
You've got no one playing Sunday. You've got women's football
West Ham playing at home to Everton. And then you have Arsenal playing Newcastle and obviously City and Southampton.
Crazy.
Yeah, that is
actually crazy.
London is going to be full.
And I think the district line. I think there's like several tube lines that are like closed down for like repair or maintenance. That's what I think. That's what I read. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Yeah.
But you know what? I think this show might have been reckless. It was going to be reckless. But I thought to myself, you know what? Me and King were reckless when we spoke to KG.
No, I laid down my Uzis for this one today.
Laid down my Uzis. Anton laid down his water pistol because at the moment you're not scoring for shit.
As much as I hate I just hate Arsenal so much. It's not because of the fans. It's not because of the thing. It's just it's. I just don't like them as much.
And the thing is, I want to beat Arsenal because I want to put a dent in the title race. I've got calls on speed dial, and I've got a preloaded stream ready to go for Saturday in the event we do beat Arsenal. It's already ready to go on my laptop.
Quick question to all of you.
No, quick question for you, King. Why didn't you answer the phone on Sunday? I was calling you.
I was on DR Sports recording live.
Yeah, I was on DR Sports.
I was on DR.
I wanted to see how my friend was.
Yeah,
that's why I tried to call KG.
Yeah, but you got cooked by Liverpool fans and Manchester United fans in the same room. That's more than enough humiliation.
The cooking you got was
that's more than enough humiliation.
And that went viral as well on social media. So.
You did. That's the thing. What were you going to ask before I end the stream?
Yeah. To you three neutrals, would you prefer the title race go to the last day of the season?
No, you know what? No. I don't care. I don't care as long as Arsenal lose. I mean, I would like you not to drop. I don't want you to lose, but I just want you to drop points, get a draw on Saturday, because whenever Arsenal drop points, watching YouTube just provides me endless hours of fun, listening to all sorts of YouTubers, Arsenal YouTubers losing their shit, and then the following day, all of a sudden now, the disappointment is dissipated. All of a sudden, they got this new hope from somewhere. Like apparently yesterday, because only Manchester City won 1-0 yesterday, all of a sudden now, we're going to win it because they only won 1-0. We're going to win it on goal difference. And I thought, where did they get this logic from? You know what I mean? 12 days ago, you was playing to be 12 points ahead. Now you're second. And now you've got this renewed hope. You know, considering how bad a form you're in. I mean, I get it. Looking at the running, and City's on paper does look more trickier, but I'd much rather be in form than have the easy running, because Arsenal's problem hasn't been performing against the bigger clubs, because you always guarantee that they'll turn up. All right, I know that the Carling Cup final, the Carabao Cup final is an exception, but normally you do turn up against a big club. You always fuck up against the little clubs, and it's always clubs that you think to yourself, fucking, I didn't see that one coming. You just got this inexplicable bad performance in you whenever you're coming across a club that you think, oh, Arsenal should be putting them away. So I do think you will turn up against Newcastle. I do not worry, but I do wonder about your midfield, because your midfield's just running on fumes. And with Newcastle's midfield, I mean, when they're on form, that's one midfield you don't want to ramp with. You know what I mean?
I mean, if Joe Linton was not suspended, we'll play him in midfield, and he'll literally be our best midfield. But I think I don't want it to go to the last day, because I want to drink Arsenal tears, and I've got something made for a friend of mine at work. He knows who he is if he sees this. I've got a question for you though. What would you rather happen? You win a title.
Off that question. I would love to see it go down to the final day, because we haven't had a final day where, you know, the last final day I can remember that was so much on stake was 2011-12. Like, you saw Liverpool and Man City. No, you saw Liverpool and Man City.
Aston Villa.
We had Aston Villa.
No, I meant no. When I mean, like, at the very last kick.
Oh,
like one of those ones, because you saw 2013-14, City had it wrapped up within inside 20 minutes. You had this one, the 21-22, where yes, they were 2-0 down, but as soon as they went to 70th minute and they scored, it was kind of like done. If Aston Villa scored, it would have been bedlam at Anfield. And that's what I want. I want a final day where it goes down to the very, very, very last kick. Like, that would be the best final day ever. But in terms of final day, no. Because if it meant Man City win, like just a win, and they go 1-0 up, it's finished. That type of thing. I want it where it goes like level on points. Who dares wins? You know what I mean?
But King, I've got a question for you. What would you rather happen? Arsenal win the league, or Tottenham get relegated?
Of course, Arsenal winning the league. That's not even debatable. That was a poor question. I want to see us win the league. I don't care.
Okay. I should have asked like this. What would you rather happen? You guys don't win the league, but Tottenham get relegated, or you win the league and Tottenham stay up? I meant to ask it that way.
That's the same question.
No, it wasn't the other way around.
What?
If Tottenham get relegated, you guys. Yeah. If Tottenham get relegated, you guys don't win it. If Tottenham do stay up, you guys win it.
Yeah, it's the same question.
Oh, fellas.
I want to win the league. I don't care.
If Tottenham get relegated,
it's just fun.
If Tottenham get relegated, they're finished. If
Tottenham get relegated, then Arsenal and Chelsea have to figure out whether to call it the West London Derby or the Northwest Derby, Northwest London Derby or something.
Northeast London.
We need to figure it out because we need to be the new Tottenham Arsenal at this point.
Yeah.
Because if Tottenham go down, how the hell are we going to get the 6 points from?
Yeah, that's a guaranteed 6 point.
Millwall. That's the biggest. No. The only way I want to see Millwall get up is if I see West Ham in this system as well. To have the green streak.
Tottenham get relegated, that means West Ham stays up, guaranteed.
Yeah, Tottenham go down. I would love to see Millwall get automatic just to see the green streak derby.
Imagine Millwall in the Premier League. Got to tell you what, that's going to be a shock to the system to the rugby fans from Emirates visiting New Cross.
No offense. You're gonna have the AFTV lot. Hello there. We just beat Millwall 1-0. You're gonna have like bottles thrown at the AFTV lot. You're gonna have Thai starting fights. You're gonna appear on the next show like black and blue, like blues, like anything, mate.
Yeah, but the problem is though, the police are going to have to try and sort out every London derby to try and be at like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Honestly, it was
a hell of a lot of kickoff for Millwall, ain't they?
Regardless of whether you're in Champions League football or Europa League, they will make it a 12 o'clock kickoff or half 11 kickoff at the Den.
There's going to be no Monday night football for Millwall fans.
Exactly. No Monday night football, no Saturday night football. It will strictly be either a 12 o'clock kickoff or 3 o'clock kickoff, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Because there's no way the police can handle all the London derbies. There's no way the police can handle all of it. You know, they're going to be like, imagine you're a copper. Imagine you're a match day copper. And they're like, right, here's your assignments. Robert, you're at the Chelsea game. Anton, you're at the Tottenham game. King, you're at the Arsenal game. Patrick, you're at the Millwall game. I'll be like, are you taking the piss?
Millwall against West Ham.
Yeah, green street rules, man.
Yeah,
Millwall getting leaked. Those fans don't give a shit. Those two just scrap.
Those two are the scrap. Tottenham. Imagine. I know Tottenham will go down, but imagine Tottenham stay up and Millwall stay up.
Ooh,
Millwall, Tottenham.
Tasty. That'd be tasty.
That would Chelsea, Millwall. Oh, that would be some kind of mate.
But ain't we're talking about football thuggery now. Ain't like Tottenham meant to be the top dogs now. Tottenham are pretty handy now, ain't they?
Yeah, Tottenham's got quite a few people, you know.
Yeah.
You'll literally get a vote. No. You'll get some of the roughest thuggeries that are in retirement.
What's the Millwall?
The moment Millwall gets promoted, they're like, mate, one last dance.
What's Millwall's ultras called?
Oh, I ain't got a clue.
I ain't got a clue. Yeah,
just imagine it.
I don't even want to know if I'm honest.
Millwall's ultras versus what's the Arsenal thing called?
Ashburton. Good.
God, the Ashburton. Them and their balaclavas. They're about to know what proper football rivalry is. Bashing a drum.
With respect, Arsenal's thugs ain't nothing to write home about.
Yeah.
We're gonna get season 5 of Danny Dyer's heart.
Arsenal's thugs, they want their mashed avocado and sourdough bread.
Yeah. Chelsea, the worst ones you got to be worried about are the Chelsea.
Most of them have been kicked out from the Emirates, to be fair.
Yeah, they're too nice for the Arteta crowd now, ain't they?
Mate,
no, that's not the problem. You know, they're like wannabe gangsters. So, you know, they're there and they're just harassing the people that work there. They don't even care about the game. They just
Oh, really?
Yeah, shit house.
They're just troublemakers. They don't really want to fight. They're just troublemakers.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
So mate, as Robert just said, you're going to have Danny Dyer just come out of retirement film, and he's just going to be like, right, we're going to have
Tamar Hassan coming out.
We're going to get the Football Factories 3, the longer-rated third film that is like shot on location during an actual football match.
Yeah, but guys, I have to go.
That's fine. I'm gonna end the stream anyway. Kate, thanks for joining. Honestly,
all right, take care.
Good show, guys. See you guys.
Antoine, thanks for joining. Patrick, thanks for joining. Yeah. I'm literally ending the stream, guys. I'm gonna go to bed.
End the stream.
I'm gonna play FIFA. I'm gonna play FIFA and do Cheltenham and do John career mode. So
I'm gonna go sleep.
But you know what? We'll have to get together after the Arsenal game. If he turns out to be an Arsenal drop points, we definitely have to do even if it's a half an hour stream.
I've got it set up already on my laptop. I've already got it set up saying I've got it named Newcastle beat Arsenal. I could literally rename it. It's fine. I don't care.
No, you need to call it Arsenal Jabbo.
Yeah, subject to change. Because if Arsenal make a comfortable win, then you don't have to worry.
I'm going to get phone calls from KG. He'll tell me to drop. He'll tell me to join his one.
Oh, mate, mate. A Man United fan will love you if you cause an upset.
I think everyone will love you if you cause an upset.
Mate, I think Chelsea fans will give you the Superman thing where they're all touching your Superman logo.
That's what I was going to say.
And just, you're like your hope.
But he's literally like I'm pretty sure we all watch wrestling. It's literally John Cena versus Sabu and like all the Arsenal fans, and I've got you guys in my corner. That's what it is. It's fucking crazy. But you know what, guys? Thanks for joining, Keen. Yeah. Thanks for joining. Mo Money, thanks for joining, and I didn't get you to vomit on screen, so it's fine. And you know what? We're going to drink the cans. We're going to not smoke. We're just going to end the stream, Dave. And until next time, guys, see you later.
Nice one, guys.